Welcome to another TruckAlerts.com review show. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to another night. We greet you with the news that Kingston College maintained their lead with 187 points ahead of Jamaica College 179.5. Calabar did very well in the field today. They picked up a lot of points and they're on 144 points. St. Elizabeth Technical, the surprise team of the championship so far, they're on 93 points. St. Jago round off the top 5 with 63 points. On the girls' side, Edwin Allen is moving closer and closer to victory. They are leading with 213 points ahead of St. Jago 187.5, Heidel 161.5, Homewood a distant back in fourth on 65.5 points, and St. Catherine, very technical on 49 points. And of course, tonight, again, we're joined by Elmo and Davian Nugent. And Elmo and Davian Nugent will, of course, give us, first of all, let me start with Elmo. Elmo, take a look back for us on the girls' side of things today at Champs and give us your perspective of today's fourth and penultimate day, a very, very important day going into tomorrow's final day.
Okay. Good night to the listener. Friday is the day that, as far as I'm concerned, determines how Champs will go. Today was no different, although it's a COVID Champs, today was no different. And what a lot of us was expecting was that Edwin Allen would increase the lead, and they have done that. But Kingston College has decided that we're not going to go quietly. We are not going to move. We are going to stay ahead. So the battle is on. I have not been saying this, but I think the battle is on for the boys' Champs dominance. For whatever reason, Kingston College is now finding points where they don't normally do. Because today, for example, in the triple jump class 2 boys, they actually scored with an athlete who was supposed to be totally injured. But somehow they patched him up, they got the points. Jamaica College, on the other hand, keeps giving up points. Today, they had Javari Thomas in the class 1 200. He pulls up. So he's not in the finals. They also had a disqualification. The top man in the class 3 400, he got disqualified because he ran into another lane. So things continue to happen. So it's basically drama. If the drama continues tomorrow, who knows what will happen?
Okay, Elmo. There you hear it from Elmo. And Davian, we saw a brilliant run today in the 400-meter hurdles for boys. Jamaica College. Was this run, record run, you think, setting up the pace, setting up things for Jamaica College to come out and dominate tomorrow?
Well, I haven't been in contact with the Jamaica College team to gauge the mood in the camp, but I can tell you that sort of run on the penultimate day, because tomorrow is the day that's going to decide championships. You either sink or you swim tomorrow. So that kind of big performance, last track event on the day, pulls out a record, a champs record out of the back pocket. I'm certain that the Jamaican College team right now feels a little bit hype. Elmo mentioned they dropped some points. They dropped points in the boys class 1 triple jump, which was expected with Apollos Edwards being less than healthy. Kingston College surprised me again, but I guess the brave may fall but never yield. And they picked up big points in the class 2 triple jump. They keep on finding points where they shouldn't, as Elmo said, which is what's keeping it and making it seem a little closer than I expect it to be. When we get to tomorrow, what's going to happen tomorrow? I'll break that down for you. I'll give you the analysis, and I'll show you where Jamaica College is probably a little bit stronger coming into the final day.
Calabar today, they picked up quite a few points, a lot of points in the field. Tell us about the performances by the Calabar athletes today. What do you think about it?
Well, the field event athletes, I can tell you, they have been at it. They have been training. I've been in close contact with some representatives of the Calabar team, and they keep on telling me, listen, we started training late. And it's obvious. A lot of the athletes seem a little bit undercooked and struggling to go through the rounds. But the field event athletes, they've been up for it. And you see that. You see that in the pole vault. You see that in the triple, the lock, everything. They're up for it. The drums coach, Mr. Newville Soapman, we call him, actually got killed earlier this year, so they are up for it right now.
And Elmo, let me bring back Elmo in right here. Elmo, when you look on the performance by Edwin Allen, anything surprise you? Anything may come as a disappointment to you?
Not really. Certainly not today. I know yesterday I was a bit disappointed with the young lady, the class 3 800. I think her name is Gail, Rihanna Gail. In the 1500, I think she didn't even score a point, and she was undefeated before. But Edwin Allen is so deep. I mean, you know, they even have all of these false starts. I think they have 3 big athletes false starting. And of course, you know, we saw the traumatic thing with Tina Clayton and Tia Clayton. But Edwin Allen is so solid. So basically, they just keep grinding out those points. So if you notice in all those semifinals, Edwin Allen has qualified 2 athletes, I think, for almost every race for tomorrow.
And you said every race for tomorrow, Elmo. Looking back a little bit on the 200 semis, Edwin Allen, you know, it will be Edwin Allen, of course, in class 2 girls. We don't see Tina Clayton losing class 2 girls. The class 1 girls, Elmo, 200. 2 girls from Edwin Allen would have gotten into the final. The 100 champion got into the final also. Run a big race. But Alia Francis of Rossies, she's going to be hard to beat. How do you see that 200 class 1 girls tomorrow?
Well, I mean, I had done a preview before, and there were some athletes that I had named and said that these athletes will be the star of the meet. I had named Javier Brown from Jamaica College. The other one I named was Alia Francis, because I expect her to win the 200 meters and the 400 meters. She may not have things her own way, because we noticed that Via Technical has a good 400-meter girl, Robinson, and she will be there and thereabouts. Similarly, you spoke about Clayton in the class 2 200. There was an athlete from Clarendon College. She has been improving by leaps and bounds. In fact, she won the semifinal with Tina, I think. Her name is Oakley. She has improved a whole lot. I don't expect her to beat Tina again, because Tina was just coasting to get to qualify. But most of those races are going to be, it's going to be all drama. We normally think that Tina will win easily. We're not sure. Class 3, 200, the Rossies girl, Lavanya Williams, should win easily. And in class 4, of course, Edwin Allen comes back looking for the Quinella. They may not get it, but Terry Long should definitely take it, because, you know, she is deserving of taking that sprint double. So tomorrow, all the races, not just the 200s, but, you know, most of those races are going to be filled with excitement.
Okay, and of course, Davian Nugent on the boys' side, the class 1 boys 200 will shape up to be something special tomorrow. Antonio Watson, of course, he's the man to beat. But Zidane Brown and Leville from Edwin Allen seems to be 2 of the persons, or just 2 of the persons that we'll have to watch or look out for. They may be the spoiler. What do you think of, first of all, take a look at the 200 final for boys class 1 coming up tomorrow, and then class 2 and 3?
Well, first, remember, you know, I told you I wanted some chance to review what I think will happen overall tomorrow. But for the 200 boys, I think Antonio Watson is comfortable here. I don't see anybody beating Antonio. Got beaten by Sachin in the 100, but this is his more comfortable event. He has the 400 strength. I know he's proven that he has a 100 strength, the 100 speed. Sorry, you put him at 200, I think he's unbeatable among schoolboys. Zidane Brown, he will have to pull something out of the bag because Jamaica College still fighting for championship points. Adrian Carr from Kingston College, he will have to pull something out of the bag. Many people expected Boaji to make that 200 finals. He didn't. Carr did. Carr has to step up. And there are others, as you said, level. He also has some 400 strength about him. But those are probably the names that you're looking at. But I can't see Antonio Watson being beaten. I think it's all about how fast he'll run tomorrow. If the wind cooperates, I think he gets down to at least 20.5.
Having said that, where will be the deciding moment tomorrow for you, Nugent?
I think the deciding moment has already happened. Let me break it down for you. We talk about today being the moving day. Today was the moving day. The moving happened. I think Jamaica College had 16, 17 athletes going into track event finals. I did not count the field event finals because the field events are straight finals. We have both Jamaica College and Kingston College having 2 athletes per representative in the field events and the open finals. Didn't count those. Looked at the track event specifically. And Jamaica College, I think, had like 17 athletes, and Kingston College had 2 less. It had about 15 athletes. So Jamaica College goes in with an advantage in that they have more finalists. You have 8 points, 2 more finalists, you already have an advantage. Then I start to break it down and I look at it and I see Jamaica College having even greater advantage. They're going to come back with the athletes in class 4 who finished the class 4 finals 1-4. They're going to come back as perhaps favorites, both of them, to medal in the 800. So Jamaica College is going to score big points there in the 800. They come back in class 2 with the 2 athletes that finished 1-2 in the 1500. They again are going to score big points there. They come back in the class 1 800 where they have Blake and Rohan Hannibal who finished 3rd and 4th. So they're going to score even more points there. A quick breakdown of the 1500 showed that Jamaica College actually underperformed expectations. Lots of people were expecting them to get 43, 45 points in the 1500 meters. Some even said they would get 48 straight sweeps right across the board. They underperformed. Kingston College actually, in my estimation, overperformed. But what was the final result? The final result was that Jamaica College outscored Kingston College by 18 points. If they outscore them by 18 points in the 800 tomorrow, Jamaica College takes a decisive lead. The 400s are also going to be decisive because I think Jamaica College has the advantage there as well. The class 3 favorite disqualified. I understand that there's some appeals going on. Don't hear anything yet, so I'm assuming he's out. But Brown, who set the record in the 400 meter hurdles, comes back for the 400. Looks like he is still having something in the tank. The class 2, they have Mark Anthony Mill. They have a strong 400 squad. 200, the same. So the 400, 200, 800, that is where it is going to be decisive. If Jamaica College takes a big lead, I'm talking 20, 30 points after the 200, 400, 800, it's going to be very, very difficult for Kingston College to pull that back.
And on that note, we just take a quick break and we'll be back with more.
Keep apace with the latest track and field news from Jamaica, across the Caribbean, and around the world. It's trackalerts.com. There is just no other. Up-to-the-minute details, expert views, reviews, and interviews in photos, videos, and features. Track Alerts on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Track Alerts TV on YouTube. Trackalerts.com, from start to finish.
Okay, so welcome back, and we're just going to run through some of the comments we have here. Francine, Calabar for life, win, lose, or draw. Calabar for life. And Christopher Smith, Calabar all the way. Stacy Williams, St. Jago girls all the way. And Benroy Williams, what about bringing it live? I'm sorry, Benroy, but we're just not able to bring this live. Media rights has been secured by Television Jamaica, and to watch Boys and Girls Championship live, if you're in Jamaica, you'll have to do it on TVJ, TVJ SNR if you're overseas on One Spot Media. Patricia, KC all the way. These are just some of the comments coming in. Jean Sutherland, big up yourself, Jean. Fortis, Jean is supporting Fortis. She's a Fortis person forever. And also Nella, big up St. Catherine High. JC all the way we're getting from Radcliffe. And this last comment before we move on, Lloyton, me tired of the purple people them. So on that note, we will bring back Elmo and ask Elmo, what will be the deciding point? Where will be the deciding point tomorrow, Elmo, for the girls? If Edwin Allen is to lose girls' champs, what will have to happen for them to lose?
Okay, well, for Edwin Allen to lose, considering we're starting off with the 400s tomorrow. Class 3, Edwin Allen, not really strong. I'm not sure if they have, maybe they have one finalist there. In class, they're not, Edwin Allen, if there is a weakness with Edwin Allen's team, is the 400s, right? But St. Jago or Heidel would have to do some serious work to catch up. What would have to happen now is in the 800s where Edwin Allen is dominant. If Edwin Allen scores half the points that they're expected to, then they're just going to win. It's kind of hard to see any team pegging back Edwin Allen. St. Jago has 800 athletes to match with Edwin Allen. Heidel does not. And by the time the 200s come around, again, it's Edwin Allen with the dominant athletes. So it is going to be tough. It's not like in the boys where you know that, by the time the 800s are done, that is it. And, JC is going to have like a 20-point lead and increase it going 200. But I can see where Jamaica College can slip up. I just can't see it with Edwin Allen. It's kind of tough.
And let me bring in Davian here. Champs. Yeah. We would have seen what COVID caused to the changes for champs this year. We had the 100 meters final on Thursday last evening. Today we only had one track final, which is the 400 meter hurdles. Today we had the 200 semifinals, 400 semifinals, 800 semifinals, and all those will have finals come tomorrow. My opinion is that ISSA really, it's time now for them to look on the schedule. Persons who are running the 200 will more than likely run the 400. Persons running the 800, they're going to run the 400 or the 1500. And it's just too much for these athletes to having 3 semifinals in terms of the 200, the 400, the 800 on the Friday, and they're coming back for the finals on the Saturday. Coupled with that, the 4x1 relays, because if you run 200, you'll be running more than likely the 4x1 or the 4x4. And if you're running the 400 or the 800, more than likely you'll be on the 4x4. Davian, what says you with having all these big finals, 200, 400, 800 on the same day, along with the 4x1 and the 4x4 finals?
Before I get to that, let me just mentioned, Elmo mentioned that Edwin Allen is too big to be beaten. Going into the finals tomorrow, Edwin Allen actually has a 26-point lead, and they have more athletes than St. Diego, than Edwin Allen. 14 for Edwin Allen, 11 for Heidel, 10 for St. Diego. For Edwin Allen to lose, they have to make major mistakes. As Elmo correctly said, it is possible for Jamaica College to lose. They can make the mistakes. I can see it happening. On the Edwin Allen side of things, nah, it won't happen. But in terms of the schedules, I have been concerned about the schedule, and I've said it, and persons have not taken it seriously. Nkumi Buwaji, he has been running every day, and he's not the only one. But it's noticeable for me because I've been watching him carry that Kingston College sprint team, Class 1 sprint team. The absence of Bastiana and Tajay Francis. I've been watching him carry that Kingston College sprint team, so it's obvious, it's right in your face, but he's not the only one. We have some athletes who are doing double duty in that they're doing the 100, 200, 4x1s, 4x4. Look at the schedule if you think it's a joke and see how many heats, semifinals and finals those athletes who are doing the 100, 200, 4x1, 4x4 is running. We talk about burnout. We talk about not wanting to have these athletes do too much event, but it's right there. It's in your face. If you look at it, if you look closely at it, it's right there in your face. I think maybe it's time that we look at, I don't know, adding another day if that's possible, or it's maybe time for us to compact it. And you take your top 24 athletes and you start from semifinals. I don't know. But something has to be done with the schedule. It has to be done.
And something has to be done with the schedule. Elmo, why can't we have the 100-meter final at a regular championships? COVID out of the way. Why can't we have the 100 meters final, say, on the Wednesday? So the heats on the Tuesday, the final on the Wednesday, regardless of where you put these finals, Saturday will always be a solo day for champs. And I don't know why ISSA believes they have to pack Saturday schedule with big finals, the 400, the 200, the 4x1, the 4x4. Why do they have to pack? And I think the sprint hurdles finals normally would be on a Saturday. Why do they think they have to pack all the finals in that final day just to get a packed stadium? The stadium is going to pack anyway. A matter of fact, I believe if they have quality finals from as early as Wednesday, give us one big final on Wednesday, one big final on Thursday, one on Friday, one on Saturday. So you're talking about the 100, the 200, the 400, the 800, and then the sprint hurdles could come in one of those days, and you could run maybe your 4x1 finals on the Friday and leave your 4x4 finals along with the sprint hurdles, say, for Saturday. Give us your thoughts, Elmo, on the scheduling, and if you agree with what it is like now.
First, this is my pet peeve. This is one argument we could talk for a whole year. I have been begging and pleading with these people. What they seem to think is that this is some bush league thing where you pack up all the things on the final day. Carifta games have shown us how to do it. Olympics have shown us how to do it. World championships have shown us how to do it. You know this is what they do? The first 2 days, 100 meters, first day, and then the semifinals and finals the next day. Hundreds are out. On the first day, you also have like the 400 and the 1500. So what they do, is alternate. You don't run 1 and 2. You run 100, then the 400 and the 1500. And then when those are done, they then get to the 200s and the 800s and so on and so forth. One of the problems that they have is thinking that we need to have pack up this day. And I know, as you are suggesting, you can have the 100 meters and 1500 meter finals on the Wednesday. On Thursday, you have the 400 meter finals and maybe, we don't know, something else, whatever. And on Friday, same kind of thing. Do it like how they do it in the Olympics. We don't need to do the foolishness that they're doing now. One of the worst things they did this schedule, worse. If I don't know if you know this schedule. Do you know which race runs after the 400? The 800, which means Tyrese Taylor could run 4 and 8. Daniela Deere tried to run 4 and 8 this morning when she ran the heats of the 400, and right after has to run the 8, she nearly died. Brissett from Rossi, same thing. There are a lot of athletes who do that double. There are some natural doubles, you know. 100-meter people normally run 1-2. 2-4 is a double. 4-8 is a double. 8-15 is a double. 15-5,000 is a double. Those are the doubles. So what you do is try to separate them. But they have this crazy. Can you imagine tomorrow? They're going to have 400 meters first, then 800. And the worst thing they could have done was move the hurdles to the first day. The hurdles is a nice buffer, you know, to make some time.
Yes.
Because person who run the 400, sorry, the person who runs the 100 meter sprint hurdles, him not going to run the 400 really. But when you have somebody who has to run the 400, the 800, the 200, those 3 set of people usually run the 4x4.
Yeah.
And as you so they're going to run, I'm going to give you a name.
Yeah.
Let us say Joanne Reed. Joanne Reed from St. Jago. She runs a 2-4. Aliyah Francis from Rossi is 2-4. So they are going to be required to run the 400, the 200, the 4x1, and the 4x4. That's 4 events in less than 5 hours. It's crazy.
Yeah. And on that note, Elmo, let me just take some of the comments here. You're really saying it's not an ISSA problem. The school has the responsibility to manage their athletes. I don't think I want to agree with that, but you know, of course, I welcome Mr. Sandals' comment on that. Jean Sutherland and Elmo, I don't remember the name. Jean said you know her by, but she's saying I think they will start doing it as of next year, so more people will come in the week and sell more tickets. And I hope that they are looking on it that way. We have another comment here coming in from Albert, who's saying ISSA is only concerned about making money from champs and bragging rights for school. It's time ISSA begin to think about the bigger picture, but the schools play a role as well. And I totally agree that it's time for ISSA to look at the bigger picture. And until they look on the bigger picture, then, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. But D. Smith Brown, true, they can do better with the scheduling. And of course, these are just some of the some of the comments that we're going through here. But as we mentioned, we have less than 2 minutes to go on the program, so we don't have much time. Let me start with Davian. In 30 seconds, Davian, tell us, you know, give us your overall expectation. I don't know if that can be done in 30 seconds, but just give us your overall expectation for tomorrow's final day.
The show starts tomorrow, folks. The show starts tomorrow. The rodeo starts tomorrow. If you miss tomorrow, you're missing champs. Schools will be going at it, you know. I have my heart here ready for when the big show starts. Schools will be going at it. Expect exciting performances. The battle for champs on the girls' side is pretty much over, but the battle for champs on the boys' side favors Jamaica College. However, as I said, things can happen. Kingston College never die attitude will come into play. Let's see what happens on the boys' side. Expecting exciting action.
Elmo, what says you?
Okay, there'll be one kind of excitement on the girls' side, and that is the individual races, the individual events where you're going to have world-class performances, age group performances. But Edwin Allen will win easily. I give them at least a 50-point margin, at least. The Jamaica College, Kingston College drama will be one level of excitement. That's true. There's that excitement, and I think JC will squeak with a victory. But I don't think it's going to be a big victory. The way things have been happening with this up and down thing. But one of the great things about boys champs will be the actual individual events. May I join? I know we never spoke about it. Please do not miss that 400 meters class 1. For the first time in history, the 8 finalists have run below 47 seconds. We have never seen that before. We have never seen that. Fastest time is a first-year class 1 youth, Tajham from Wormwood. So all that excitement is there. Boys champs will have excitement, will continue forever and ever. JC should squeak through.
There you have it from Elmo. JC should take it. And according to Elmo and Davian, it's all over for Edwin Allen. So before we close out, let's give you the point standing again. The top 5. Kingston College, 187. Jamaica College, 179.5. Calabar, 144. St. Elizabeth Technical, the surprise team, on 93 in 4th. And St. Jago, they are in 5th on 63 points. Over on the girls' side, it's home and dry for Edwin Allen. They're on 213 points. St. Jago, 187.5. Heidel, 161.5. Homewood somewhere back and definitely out of it on 65.5 points. They're on 49 points. And of course, as you heard it earlier, today, Javier Brown of Jamaica College, he closed the penultimate day of champs in style. And of course, he was drawn inside the 400-meter hurdles favorite, Devontae Archer of Excelsior. He trailed up to the 9th hurdle before he got by and had time to celebrate. He had time to celebrate, spread his arms apart, and he still was able to break the record, running 49.86. Big run. He was unable to speak to the media after the race because, having gone that fast, coming from maybe about 3rd or thereabout, coming into the final stretch. Javier Brown, hats off to him. The 2nd record to be broken of champs 2021. Many of us didn't expect a lot of record this year because many of the schools, many of the athletes would have started training late because of COVID protocols. So hats off to Javier Brown again. The record he broke was that of Rovane Williams, who ran 49.94 back in 2008. So again, thank you very much to Elmo for joining us in this Champs Review show, 4th day. Thanks again to Davian Nugent. And that's all the time we have for this review show. So until we see you again tomorrow, take care. And remember to subscribe, follow Track Alerts on Facebook, subscribe to Track Alerts on their YouTube channel. Also hit the bell notification, like, share, and comment. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you. See you again tomorrow for the final review show of Champs 2021.